Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening right here in our community, and today's going to be no different. You know, every October we have an opportunity to focus on breast cancer awareness, and there are many individuals and groups in our community who do a variety of things to bring attention to this most important topic. One of those groups is a group that I'm going to be highlighting today, and I'm happy to have them back on the broadcast. Edna Fails is a co-founder of the Kimberly Fails Jones Foundation for Breast Cancer, or Breast Cancer Foundation, I should say. Let me use the right terminology. Yes. Welcome back to our broadcast.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here today, and it's good to be able to talk about the 7th Annual Breast Cancer Survivors Celebration that's going to take place here in just a little while. So we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much.
Kisha Freed is with us today. She is an advisor to the board, and we're glad to have her back as well. Welcome back to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me back, Kenny.
All right.
Glad to be here.
You all bring a lot of energy and information to the table when you come, so I'm always delighted to be able to talk to you about this event and so much more. Tell me a little bit about this foundation and the establishment of it.
Okay, the foundation was established in 2011, 1 year after Kimberly received her angel wings.
And tell the audience who Kimberly was.
Kimberly Fails Jones is my daughter. She was 34 years old when she received her angel wings. And it was her vision to establish this foundation. She said, "Mom, there are lots of people hurting, not just mentally, but they were in need of financial support. And this is the purpose of the foundation, to give back, to encourage them, to give financial support to whatever immediate needs they need, light bill, mortgage, house payments, whatever." And this is her desire. This was her desire to do this. And we organized the foundation a year after she passed, and we are working on it real hard. We're working with lots of people.
Well, you are working on it hard, and there's an absolute legacy that has been established because of the work that's been done. Mm-hmm. It's really an amazing story, I'm sure, for so many people who have come to learn about the foundation.
Yes.
But I just wonder, what is it like? What is the journey like for a mother who learns about her daughter being diagnosed with breast cancer? What's that journey like?
Oh, it was very devastating. I am a 17-year survivor of cancer. And 10 years after I was diagnosed, I learned that she had cancer. She was stage 4. She was diagnosed with stage 4. I had stage 1. So there was a lot of difference in the diagnostic.
Yeah, because of the time that it was detected,
yes,
there are some differences in treatment, response, and prognosis as well.
Exactly, yes. So it was not easy, I must admit. But the Lord has given me something else, her legacy. We're working with that, and I do enjoy doing that. This is something she wanted, and I enjoy working with the foundation.
Right, and you honor her life and her legacy.
Yes.
By doing this. And it's, for me, you know, personally, we all have had loss in life. I frequently talk about loss of my parents and my 2 sisters, and the fact that I honor them in so many ways with things that I do. A lot of times people see public things that I do, but they don't always know the motivation behind those things, which I try to share as often as I can. But, you know, the foundation I established at Calhoun for my parents, they live on in my life. I don't spend a lot of time on the loss. I think about the legacy. I think about the fact that everything that you're doing sustains life in so many ways, gives people hope, encourages them. And that's what these kinds of things seem to do. And Kisha, of course, you're part of this process as an advisor to the board. What attracted you to this process?
Well, interesting story. You know, I was working on the Word Express breast cancer project with the anthology, and I was looking for survivors and patients to contribute to the book. And I was online and I saw this Kimberly Fails Jones Foundation, and I saw a picture of Kimberly, and I was like, oh my God, she's so young. You know, that was the first thing that jumped out at me. The second thing, you know, she's African American and she's right here in Huntsville. This is something, you know, this is a really powerful lady. I want to know who she is, and I want her story to be a part of this project. And so come to find out that Kimberly had passed away, and I ended up talking to Edna, and she shared the story. And from there, I asked her if she would share her story as well as Kimberly's in the anthology. But, you know, it didn't end there. Because I was so passionate and still am passionate about working with women and men who are emotionally traumatized by this diagnosis and by the treatment and the whole process and all the different things that they go through that many people don't want to touch and don't want to talk about. I decided that I wanted to continue to be of help to the foundation, and so shortly thereafter, Edna asked me to be an advisor, and I've been working with them, I think, since 2014. Dwight Pope and I are both advisors, and we handle the media and promotion. So our goal has been to continue to spread the word about the awesome work that the KFJ Foundation is doing, because I didn't know anything about this foundation, and I was so impressed with the work that they do, which is one of a kind, I believe, in this area. I said, you know, we've got to get more people to know about what they do, because there's so many people that need these services, but also we need our community to step up and invest and support in what they're doing so that we can reach more people.
Yeah, I mean, you make a great point, or great points at so many levels with this whole notion of the interconnectedness of the community, the need to have information, provide education, a forum for people to discuss these matters,
Right.
to feel like they can be included, to know that they don't have to suffer in silence,
Right.
that there are resources available right here that people can actually support to strengthen other people's ability to survive. And of course,
Exactly.
this is part of Kimberly's legacy as well, which I'm sure makes you and your husband very proud, as well as those who support you.
Yes.
We're going to take just a brief moment right here. We're going to take a look at a short video clip of the work of this great organization, and then we'll be back to tell you about a very special gala that's going to take place. That is the Breast Cancer Survivors Celebration, in just a moment.
I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer.
I was hurt. I was devastated. I actually thought it was the end of the world for me, because I just don't understand how did I end up with breast cancer.
Realize that none of us know when it's our time. We never know when cancer's going to happen. I didn't think it would ever be me.
I'm going to fight this, endure this, and beat this.
I was in a low place, in a real low place financially, mentally, physically. I was in a low place.
Not able to work, didn't have an income
For a whole year,
from August to February, but I came across this foundation.
Whew. It was like a weight lifted off my chest.
it's just like a light in the dark place.
The Fails Foundation really understands the need. And in order to help people with certain needs, you have to have been there yourself before.
It's like a wow.
It's overwhelming. It is.
In order for us to be able to make it through, we need to not worry and not stress. And that's the key.
They are a blessing to me and my family.
For me, particularly in my family, I thank you. I thank you and everyone out in the community that's helping. I am your wife. I am your sister. I am the mother, someone who's sitting next to you.
So as you can see, the work of this great organization is making an impact in the community, and we hope that you'll get excited about being involved as well. The Kimberly Fails Jones Memorial Foundation Incorporated presents the 7th Annual Breast Cancer Survivor Celebration that's going to take place on Friday, October the 13th. And we want to talk a little bit more with some of the organizers of this event. Once again, Edna Fails is with us today. And of course, she is one of the co-founders of this great foundation. This is going to be a very special event. 7 years ago, someone had the idea to do a fundraiser. Tell me the backstory behind that, because as an event planner myself, these things are never easy to do. How did that all come about?
My daughter was the one who came up with the idea. And she wanted us to do this. She had gotten her prognosis, and she said she didn't have much time, and she wanted to organize this foundation.
And the rest is history.
Right.
It lives on beyond her life.
Yes.
And continues to generate, as I said earlier, educational initiatives and opportunities for encouragement, hope, optimism,
Right.
and all of the other great things that go along with these kinds of things. And of course, this is the 7th year that this is happening. I think it gets bigger and better every year, probably.
Thank you.
And that's pretty exciting as well.
Yes.
We're fortunate enough today to have the MC of the event for the 2017 celebration.
Absolutely.
Joneia Brown, welcome to the broadcast.
Good to see you again, Kenny.
It's good to have you. This has to be pretty exciting for you as a person that MCs from time to time for great events in the community, parties with purposes, things that really make a difference. This has to be pretty exciting for you. Tell me about your involvement with this.
Well, I've been involved with the Fails Foundation for a couple of years. I've attended a couple of the events, and I had an opportunity to host this. So I was like, I'm on this immediately.
You didn't hesitate.
No.
The calendar was clear. Whatever was going on, you were going to be there.
Exactly.
Well, that's great. What is it about what you've seen? Because you're behind the scenes, like a lot of people that are on that inner circle, like Kisha was talking about, that are driving this process. What have you seen that really energizes the group that's working on this thing? Because it's all over social media, it's in the community, people are talking about it. There's an electricity that's associated with this process. What drives that? What sparks that?
Well, I think it is the essence of Kimberly. I was sharing with Edna as we were riding over together that Kimberly and I were actually schoolmates at UAB. Go Blazers.
Wow.
So I just remember her smile. I remember her grace. And this foundation is the exact essence of who she is as a person. They help people that we actually know in the community. It's a foundation where I can see where the money goes. I know people that have benefited from it. So as soon as this event took place a couple of years ago, I wanted to make sure that I attended, and now being the MC of it, I mean, it's just come full circle. So I'm super excited. As you can see, I have the biggest smile ever.
No,
So I can't wait.
Right, it's got to be a great honor. You know, you said something that I hope people really held on to, because this is a locally established event that has a local impact. This is not people raising money to send out of the community, which is fine when that's appropriate. But this is really, as Kisha even said, you know, she's searching the internet, finds out there's this organization that's locally based, has the capacity to make an impact locally, and then people gravitate towards that because they recognize the power in doing that. That's got to be a tremendous part of that legacy as well, that you can actually do something like this and know that it impacts the lives of people at the local level.
Exactly. And this event is very celebratory. We're going to have fun. We have a stand-up comedian. We have a guitarist. We have a soloist. We have me. So,
Of course.
Yeah, so it's very celebratory. We're not just acknowledging that this is a fatal disease. We're acknowledging that there are survivors. There are people that are here like Ms. Fails who are living this life and enjoying it and showing that there is life after, you know, a cancer diagnosis. So like I said, this is a celebratory event. We want you to come out, want you to have a good time. The food is great, especially the dessert. I'm a dessert person. So if you don't come for anything else, come for me and come for the dessert, and you'll be okay.
That sounds wonderful. And Edna, I just wonder, you know, when you launch something like this, you have no idea how it's going to expand, how people are going to embrace it, what kind of success you're going to have. You can only hope for that.
Yes.
But 7 years later, as you look back over this journey, this part of the journey, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings as you look forward to this big celebration that's going to take place?
I have warm feelings about this celebration. And I know people are excited. They've been calling. We've been talking about it, planning, and they're very excited about it.
Yeah.
And we are too.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of excitement out there. Tell people once again, when does it take place, where does it take place, and how they can get more information?
Okay, it would take place at the Von Braun Civic Center on Friday, October 13th. The doors will open at 6. The event begins at 7. You can purchase tickets you could call any of the board members to get tickets, or you could go to PayPal.
Okay. And we'll make sure we put a note about that on our Impact with Kenny Anderson Facebook page so people can find that information as well.
Okay.
This is exciting. I mean, 7 years, congratulations on this legacy that you've established. This has to make you very proud as a mom. Kimberly, I know, would be very proud of what's going on, to know that her legacy has been extended and it's being done in such a meaningful way. So again, congratulations on this. October 13th, it's time to celebrate.
Yes, Friday, October
October
13th.
Oh, Friday, that's right. That's right, Friday, October 13th.
13th.
Edna, thank you for being here once again. Edna Fails, the co-founder of the Kimberly Fails Jones Memorial Foundation, Incorporated, 501c3, by the way. I want to let people know that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good to have you.
Yes.
Thank you.
you.
The MC for the event.
Yes, the hostess with the mostest.
Right here in front of us. Joneia Brown, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you for having me.
All right. Hope you guys have a great time, and hope you all come out and are part of this awesome event. It takes place again on Friday, October the 13th. It's hard to forget that because that is Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Yeah. The Von Braun Center's North Hall. You all know where that is, and of course you can get ticket information. We're going to post that on our website, on our Facebook page, so that you can get that information. You can also see a video of the show that you just watched, as well as behind-the-scenes shots of what happens once the camera stops rolling. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. Have a great day.